Hi, this is Prashant. Welcome to Read Rich. So today I have got a book for you. This is Alchemist. If you see it, Alchemist, The Alchemist, written by the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho. And I'm 100% sure that you would have encountered this book because this is something which is all over the bestsellers list, right? So originally it was written in Portuguese language, but then it got translated into multiple languages, including English. So this is The Alchemist. The translated version in English, which I have got, is a very handy, and in fact you can buy it from Amazon, Flipkart, and it's very easy to read. Big fonts are there. In fact, I have marked a lot of lines because these are really gems that you can devour after going through this particular book. So many things are there. It's written in a allegorical fashion. It's a magic realism, right? The way Salman Rushdie writes in a similar fashion, but it's more simplistic. It's not that complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's written in such a way that you can read it while you are traveling. In case you're not trying, obviously you can also hear the audiobook, which is also available, right? So if you are a reader, then you can read it in one go because it's so gripping. It's so full of it's written in story format, right? So the character is Santiago. He's a shepherd, and it's the story of Santiago. So Santiago, how he meets his destiny, right? So every one of us is a Santiago, right? Santiago is somebody who is trying to come to terms with his destiny. So in this book, Santiago is somebody who is a shepherd, but he is a reader, very unlike a shepherd, right? So he has got a dream. So he dreams that there is some treasure which lies to be discovered, which awaits his discovery. So basis that dream, he meets somebody who deciphers his dream, and that fortune teller, the lady, she also inspires him, scares also, but more than scared, she inspires that he should pursue his dream, go to Egypt, and reach the pyramids and then find out the treasure. And once he gets back, obviously 10% as a commission, he should give it to her, right? So this boy is slightly puzzled, but then he's a simple man at his heart, simple guy at his heart. He also meets a king. I think the kingdom's name was, he was from Salem. Salem is some country somewhere in the Middle East. So this king himself looked to be quite magical, right? So the king also pursues him, encourages him to go after his dream, right? So the boy takes all those hints. In fact, the king gives him 2 stones. Okay, so 2 stones, they have got its own significance. It's like that identifies that would help Santiago in finding out the good omen, right? So it has got the name and Thamam. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. Okay, so he takes those stones and then he embarks on the journey. While on the journey, he also meets an Englishman who was an aspiring alchemist, and then they start the journey. So a lot of activities happen while in the journey. They go to an oasis, and there also some issues happen, so some sort of warfare also happens. And once he goes to the oasis, he also falls in love with a beautiful maiden, but then the lady also wanted to marry him, but then she put forth a condition that he should first complete his journey. So on he moves towards his destiny. again, right? So other complications also happens. Then somehow he reaches to the pyramid. Once he reaches to the pyramid, he is attacked by some goons. But then when they found that the boy has got no money, so they leave him aside. But then leader of the goons, he tells him that in fact he recounts his own dream, right? So the boy had dreamed about this particular thing under a sycamore tree, right? This goon tells him that he had dreamt that the treasure lies under that tree. Now this boy had left that location all the way and went to pyramid in Egypt to find out that treasure. Now after having reached that place, he gets to know that the treasure is where he had once slept and dreamt. Now that is called life. So we move about everywhere, but the treasure lies at the home itself, right? It's like, if you know, there is a creature called musk deer, right? So he loiters, he wanders, the deer just moves about everywhere, right? In the quest of musk which lies there in the navel. So the idea is that one should understand oneself rather than just moving about here and there. One should understand where he has to go. The dream that he has, he must pursue. But the end is but the beginning many times comes to be an end also. So that is something that very beautifully captured in this book, The Alchemist. It's very beautifully written, right? It's like you are hearing some stories from your grandparents. So the kind of smoothness, the silkiness, the kind of velvety touch of the words, you will just fall in love with the expressions of the words. So it's amazing. So I strongly recommend that you at least read it once. I have read it a couple of times here, and in fact more than reading it, I am also referring to several analysis of this particular book, which I find very interesting. So in fact I have compiled something here, so I'll just try to read it out. Okay, some of the tidbits about this particular book. So Mr. Paulo Coelho, he has told at one point in time somewhere that he said that it was already written in his soul. About this particular book he talks about, it was already written in his soul, he just penned it down, right? So The Alchemist is supposed to be more of a self-help book than a literature. So once you read it, you are going to get a lot of insights to self-development, what we should do, how we should do, why we should do. Why part is very important, right? Because why is something that pulls you from any adversity, from any confusion that you might have in the life, in the life you're living, right? So there is one very beautiful line which I want to just read out. It talks about, when you really want something to happen, just listen very carefully. When you really want something to happen, the whole universe will conspire so that your wish comes true. So here in this universe, you are not alone. You just need to speak out. You just need to voice your thoughts, voice your desires, give words to your desire, think about it, mull about it, and the universe will do the rest. You don't need to worry about what is going to happen next, how you are going to do that. The why is very important. The how follows why, right? So this is a great book. I strongly recommend you must go through this book, read it, chew it, digest it. Keep it handy. Yeah, it will add great value to your library in case you are trying to build one. You must. Leaders are readers. Bye bye.